Hey guys, this is Olli from Olli's Big Picture. Today here in Leipzig at the BMW factory. So we have enough space to check out a new car, but we are not checking out a German car. Today we're gonna check out a Chinese car called NIO ES7, or here in the market now it's called NIO EL7. We wanna tell you about the car, what I like, what I don't like. So without further ado, let's check it from the outside. For me personally, I really like the design of the car. It doesn't look like boring or crazy like some other electric cars. It looks like a really nice SUV. From the inside, we will tell you more later about it. The build quality is really well, and also the space is really good. I'm sitting in the front driving with 1.84 meters height, and now sitting here in the back, the space is plenty. You can also adjust it here, the back, that you have even more space if you want. It's really well from the space. It's basically the same size like a BMW X5 from the measurements from outside. And the trunk is also quite spacious. In my opinion, there could always be more space for the trunk, but it's big enough for your family that you get like the big luggage and everything inside here. But without further ado, my brother gonna drive now. I have enough time to tell you inside in the car what I like and what I don't like. Now, while we are cruising here on the German Autobahn, I can tell you about the car. First of all, let's start with the thing I really like. The build quality and everything here feels very good. There's nothing that feels loose or that makes some noises or anything. Just the overall build quality of the car in general feels very good. It's also very clean. Like, there's not many buttons. You only have here the button for the lock and here for the different drive modes. But basically that's all for the buttons. And then you have the big display, what is also very nice. It's just said that you cannot turn it, like you cannot change the angle or anything. It's just sturdy, steady, attached. That's a small thing I don't like about it, but anything else from the inside, very nice. Also, a big plus is the huge sunroof. The sunroof you can close, of course, but it gives a very nice room experience. And they also put the windows over there in the back. So even there you have windows, so the whole car is very nice also to park. You have enough look around, very good. Another thing here, what is new for the most cars, we have here kind of like business class seat. So you can have basically here your legs support, or you can just close it as you like. So you can travel very comfortable. And another big plus, what I just realized because my mother, but also when we stopped by at a Mercedes-Benz car dealership to check something for the other car, is little Nomi over there. The driver assistance gives the car a very nice social feeling. We are human beings, so we are very social, and this face, and when you talk to her and she turns, because there are microphones everywhere here, that she knows who is talking. Is it a passenger seat, or is it maybe the driver's seat, that it turns directly to you. For example, hey Nomi. Oh, now it's not talking to me. I try it again. Hey Nomi.
Hey.
Aktiviere die Massagefunktion.
Okay.
So now I told Nomi to activate the massage function on my seat. So right now it gives me a nice massage. And also when you play some music, it's starting like a little animation, for example, like a small playing guitar animation or playing like some instrument. It's more social when you talk to your car. It gives you a much nicer feeling interacting with your car. It's a really big plus with this small invention. What is the other thing what I like about the car is, of course, here you can put your phone in here and it's fast charging. This one is charging with about 30 watts, my phone. When I tried this one in the Mercedes EQS and the new one, very slow charging. So here the Chinese cars of course have a big advantage again. For the technology, for the digital world, it's definitely better prepared. So this is without a doubt. Then of course you get a head-up display. You cannot see it right now, but this head-up display is really good. Nothing to complain about. Just in the one-to-one comparison when I drove the Mercedes EQS, the head-up display in the EQS was a little bit crisper and sharper. So not a big deal for me, didn't make a big difference. The steering wheel, the feedback of the steering and the precision, very good. The suspension of the car, very good. Nothing to complain about. It's really good. However, of course, if you compare it to the EQS from Mercedes-Benz, you can feel their suspension and their wheel is still a little bit better. But it's already for us Germans scary how close those Chinese cars are. They are not far behind, even in this point of the car. Then one thing about a car what I really don't like, but of course you can turn it off, is the lane assistance. Here this is all now in German, but you have here the lane assistant. You can turn it off. However, as soon as you close the car and turn it on again, it's a EU regulation, I was told, it's automatically on again. And this lane assistant is quite annoying. I think it's not only a NIO problem, it's from many different cars, that it not only gives you some vibration or some audio feedback if you drive over a lane. However, sometimes it even tries to correct it. So for example, you're on a very narrow road, you have a truck or something coming across you, so you want to give space and you go over the lane, the outer lane of the street, it suddenly tries to correct the wheel. And this is also a little bit scary. Then another thing is, of course, I tried the autonomous driving. The autonomous driving, you can tell if it should do automatically the lane switch or without a lane switch. This one worked quite well. However, I admit I'm not so confident about it, so I didn't try it so much. Now we're hitting the Autobahn with 100. Let's see if we get some space. And now we 130, 150, 170. And everything feels very sturdy, pretty safe. And yeah, the 200 is the max we can do. Of course you can hear the wind noise, but it's still kinda comfortable. So we can cruise now here with 180, 190, and everything is fine. Welcome to the German Autobahn. You can just go as fast as the car can do. What is 200 in this case here? So yeah, while we're driving now in the car about 200 kilometers per hour on the German Autobahn, I can tell you a bit more also about the things. What's nice about a car is here those different drive modes, because they are really different. It makes a huge difference. If you're, for example, here in the comfort mode, so the car goes higher and the gas pedal and the suspension, everything is softer and more smooth. And also on very old roads with holes, it's a comfortable ride. Then the eco mode. In the eco mode, of course, it doesn't have so much power anymore. It reduces it. And you also can feel when you now go from the gas pedal, it immediately brakes pretty strongly to have the recognition from the energy. Then as soon as you go here in the sport mode, you can immediately feel the difference of the suspension, of the steering wheel, but also how the gas pedal takes the gas. And then you have the, I call it in German, the attack mode, the Angriffs mode. You go on Sport Plus, 3.9 seconds to 100. It gets really stiff. You have a very sturdy feeling and you can drive like super fast and acceleration is like crazy. Like right now, unlimited German Autobahn again, and we're just cruising here with about 180, 190. Now we have the 100. You see the car in front of us is also about 200, not 100, 200. So we are cruising here with the max limited speed it can give us, 200, and we still have a car in front of us what is going even faster.
Geht am Porsche richtig hier. Gucken einfach an uns vorbei. Gucke hier. Was ist denn das für ein Kombi?
It's the German Autobahn. Hard to understand probably for many people who don't live in Germany, but that's basically how we ride. 200 kilometers per hour, just following the other cars. To show you how simple the navigation works in this car with Nomi. Hey Nomi, berechne die Route zur Geibelstraße 9 Leipzig.
Soll ich jetzt zur Geibelstraße 9 navigieren?
Ja.
Soll ich mit der Navigation beginnen?
Ja.
Du kannst dir auch eine Route aussuchen. Die Routenführung beginnt jetzt.
Thing I like to show you guys is also of course the driving back. So you just go here on back and then you have plenty of cameras, and I must say the view of the cameras are very good. Like there's nothing to complain about. You can easily navigate and you can choose here the different cameras, what else you want to see. For example here, yes, you can choose anything you like to see. And then what I really like, if you drive close to something, maybe we can find a gate or anything, it shows you the centimeters. I want to give you some more additional thoughts about NIO and this car. As I said already many times, build quality, driving, feeling, everything is super good. Just right now there are some points for us here in Germany where they still need some time, of course, what is totally understandable. What is the big plus of the NIO? Of course, is you can swap the batteries. I will also have a video, I will put it you somewhere here, where you can see how the swapping process works. It's about 3 to 4 minutes. You can swap the battery and you get a new battery, you get a different battery, however you like it, and you have a full tank in just under 4 minutes. However, here in Germany, there's just, as far as I know, 1 or 2 battery swapping stations in 2023, while of course in China, there are already hundreds or even thousands. So that's one thing, it still needs some time until it becomes competitive. But I think personally this can be a very big plus for NIO, because you can upgrade your batteries. When the new battery next year is coming with 150 kilowatts instead of 100 right now, then of course you can just go there and you can upgrade it. While your EQS or your BMW with the new battery, you have to buy a new car. Very, very big difference. Another thing is here, when I have this driving assistance, the little Nomi, when I talk to her, here, at least in Germany, please tell me how it is in other countries, is not connected to the internet. So I can give it comments to do something about a car, for example, to change the mirrors, to change the light, to turn off or to turn on something, or of course to navigate. However, I cannot interact with it like with Alexa or Siri. When I asked it, for example, some questions, it could Google, or I could have some conversation about something like with ChatGPT or with Siri. This it cannot do yet. I guess they will bring this in the future, and then it's super nice. You have this little face over there, and while you're on a boring drive on the German Autobahn or the German highway, you can just talk about it, have a conversation about maybe even some philosophical questions in the future, asking about quotes from Nietzsche or something. I don't know. I would love to see it. It would make the car and the driving experience very, very nice. Super, super nice. But overall, for the price, you get a good quality of the car. The long test I couldn't do yet, how the car will drive in a couple years, how all this inside will feel in a couple years. But it feels also that it's very sturdy and won't get easy dirty or something. I like it. For me personally, this car is definitely recommended. Maybe in Germany it still needs some time for the energy prices, but this is our problem. This is not a problem of the car, in my opinion. Just a quick update. On my way from my hometown Leipzig to Frankfurt, what is about 430, 450 kilometers. I drove now 330 kilometers and I had to charge now. I have like 5% battery left, and you can see now on average I need 30% of the battery for 100 kilometers with this car. I drove always the limit, not maximum speed. When there was unlimited on the Autobahn, I drove about 120 to 140 kilometers per hour. And now about 100 kilometers in front of Frankfurt, I have to charge. Now, when I came back from Germany to Shanghai, I would like to share with you my final thoughts about the general experience. For me, it was quite surprising for two reasons. For the first reason, expecting it gonna take me much more time to find a charging spot and to charge the car. This was not the case at all. It was very convenient together with the NIO and the NIO navigation, but also through the help of Google Maps to find enough charging spots along the German Autobahn, and they were quite empty. There are not so many electric cars still in Germany. And the charging speed was very convenient on the superchargers, on the fast chargers. It took me about, like 30 minutes for 50% charging of the battery. So this was fair enough. Of course, it could always be faster. What was surprising for me, I expected when I'm driving an electric car, it could and should be very cheap. This was not the case. As you can see here, I get the final bills now from my credit card from the fast charging spots I used along the Autobahn, and it was always above 50 cents, euro cents per kilowatt. So if I consumed with the car about 25 to 30 kilowatts on 100 kilometers, it's really, really pricey, and it makes on this price point almost no sense. Of course, I'm completely aware of the NIO ES7 or EL7 is a heavy car, 2.4, 2.5 tons. It's also a high SUV, so it cannot be that efficient for the consumption. However, to drive it like long distance, also in the speed limit, I drove mostly in the German speed limit, it consumed an above 25 kilowatts per hour. Another thing that I really liked though was I could park in the downtowns of the cities, like in my hometown Leipzig, in perfect location for free because it's an electric car. That's another very big plus. I just like to sum it up with I love the experience of driving the NIO. It's a really great car. It's very well to drive. And I just must admit, Germany, the infrastructure in Germany apparently is not ready yet for it, according to the electricity prices and also according to the battery swapping stations. There are not many there yet. When I speak to my friends here in Shanghai, I have 4 friends who have a NIO in Shanghai. They are very satisfied with the car here in China. They love it. They have the cheap electricity prices and they have plenty of battery swapping stations where most of them also get the deals to swap their batteries a couple times per month for free and save full money on a full tank of the car. Therefore, in Shanghai, definitely recommended. Amazing experience. Also in Germany, the car itself, definitely recommended. Just we need a better infrastructure in Germany and cheap electricity bills so that it makes really sense, not only for companies, but also for private person to drive a car like this.